Hey, I'm Bubba.
And I'm John.
We use our questionable and sometimes traumatic childhood experiences to hopefully become better parents.
We might not succeed,
But listen,
they're fine.
hey,
Brandon,
John,
I have a confession.
what?
I've been spying on you
From where?
from my Amazon account.
Oh, no.
Apparently, you have been using my phone number whenever you go to Whole Foods.
I have. Oh,
So
no.
when I go and look in my orders, I see all the stuff that you're buying at Whole Foods.
You're like, they don't have butt plugs at Whole
I
Foods.
was like, what is this guy finding?
Yeah. What did you see? What are my habits? Bread.
I mean, I could pull it up. It'd be funny.
It's mostly popsicles.
Yeah, it is.
I love
Actually,
popsicles.
Who knew Whole Foods had such a popsicle selection?
Well, it's out of necessity. I like the white trash ones that you
Sure.
get at the little store, the crappy stores. I shouldn't say white trash anymore. Somebody told me.
Yeah, I don't have the insights on what you buy at 7-Eleven, just Whole Foods.
Lotto tickets.
So I see a lot of, mixed greens,
Yep.
popsicles,
Yep.
a lot of nuts.
a lot of nuts.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of components to make Thai and Vietnamese food because that's what I've been doing lately.
So-
Which reminds me, your wife, who I make fun of on the show often, you told me that she likes Tom Kha soup.
She does.
When is her birthday?
July 14th.
Oh,
Was that a test?
Yeah, I don't know when my wife's is, but I know it's coming up. Well, I was kind of like, maybe I could make her that soup for her birthday.
She does love that
But
soup.
who wants hot soup in July? But I've made Tom Kha, which is very involved, and a lot of the ingredients are at Whole Foods, like the lemongrass stalks and the galangal and stuff.
So
That's
as
funny.
as I go throughout my day now, and I go look up my Amazon orders to see something. Oh, when did I buy this thing? Can I still return it?
You can't return all those oysters.
And I go, what is Brandon cooking? And I look at all the ingredients.
That is
I'm like, I
funny.
wonder what he's cooking up tonight.
It's just a bunch of weird things. What's he doing with that lotion? Yeah, it's a lot of like vitamins or honey and stuff because, actually, I don't want to say an unkind word about any corporation right now in case we get sponsored by them.
Sure.
Whole Foods is wonderful.
They
Very
are.
expensive.
Amazon, Whole Foods, we love you all.
I'll tell you a quick Whole Foods story. I remember being in Chicago doing improv and stuff, and I'd never been to a Whole Foods, and they opened one in Chicago, and everybody was losing their mind. Like, yeah, Whole Foods. And I had next to no money. And I think I had $25 in my checking account, and I didn't even have overdraft protection. If you're out, you're out. And I work, it was winter, and I got off work, and I was starving, and I said, I'll go into this Whole Foods, and somebody said, they got a great salad bar. So I see it, and it says, I think $6.99, and I grab a box, and I go, oh boy, look at all this. I start putting in chicken and, flank steak and
I know where this is
salad
headed.
and all this stuff.
Oh, no.
I bring it up to the front. They go, that's $44. I go, huh? They go, it's by the pound.
You have 8 pounds of salad.
Instead of going, oh, sure, I think maybe it won't get denied. And sure enough, it dings. They go, it's declined. Do you have anything else? I go, no. They go, well, what do you want us to do? I go, what do you want me to do? I'll just leave it over there. I just walked out, so ashamed. I wanted to be like, well, what are you going to give it to, a homeless person?
Just let me have it.
Just let me have it. Come on.
Brandon, they give you an inch, you're going to take a mile.
That's true. They probably had a lot of people going in there
That
playing
checker
that racket.
Was thinking, no, you went overboard here. I am not letting you get away with this.
Listen,
we got to draw the line somewhere.
I had a situation like that yesterday, though, because I don't know how it is with you now, but I don't use a printer much.
I haven't had a printer in my home in 2 decades.
It's got to be a tough business for the printing. Mm-hmm. I was at my job, and there were some fellas in from, I won't say the name of water company, and they were having a business meeting, and they had all their stuff out with like projected quarterly prices and stuff, and it was all down. And so whenever I kind of went by, I'd hear them like, well, have we tried influencers? Well, and some of the guys, because it was just straight up water. It's one of those water companies, you know.
Do you mean a
Like
public utility, or do you mean a bottled water company?
It's like bottled water, but the ones where they deliver the big jugs to your workplace, right?
Sure. So I don't know what company this is, but I will say like a Sparklets
like
type
a
company.
Sparklets, but it was not Sparklets.
Okay.
But you would hear them kind of saying like liquid death, you know, all the sparkling flavored waters, like they're killing us.
Yeah.
And we can't do anything because we just are the well, that's how I feel it must be for the printing industry. And if that's the case and we can help, we're looking for sponsors. But
if we're sponsored by Epson?
My point with it was that I went to a UPS store because I'm doing this one-man show and I need loose scripts to be rehearsing and performing this with my wonderful director, Carol Foreman. And I made these script changes. I can't just be walking around with my laptop. And my wife was out of town. And I was like, I got to go print this. So I went to a photocopy place, you know, a shipping photocopy place. And I go in. I have it on a little hard drive, printing these 20 pages times 2. And I print them off. I bring them up. Or I go to try to print them off, and the copy machine isn't working. And he goes, oh, it's not working on a hard drive. You got to email it here, and I'll do it. Yeah. So I go, how much is it, you know, a page? I'm thinking 10, 15, 20 cents. He goes, it's $1 a page. I go, okay, that's going to be 40-something bucks.
This is flashback to Whole Foods all over again.
Dude, flashback to being an actor in Chicago 20 years ago where like you would print your headshot at a FedEx and you wanted the glossy paper and they're like, it's $10.
Yeah.
And you'd be so broke that you're like, oh, I'll just do the, you know, the paper versions for this talent agency or whatever.
No, I'm just thinking this would be the equivalent of they print you off, you know, 10 scripts and they go to hand them to you and they go, that'll be $47. And you go, your card gets declined again. You're like, just leave it, I guess.
Yeah, just leave it. They go, we know who you are. But anyway, so I email it to this jackass who's like 19. You know, you can't even see his eyes. He just has like hair in front of his face and piercings, and he's like, whoa, and he prints them off. And he's helping the other people. It's just him in there. And then it gets to me. And I go, how many pages? I'm doing the math for it, whatever. He goes, it's $127. And blah, blah, blah. I go, what? He goes, yeah, well, it's $1 whatever per page if you fee if you email it. And I go, well, I had to email it because your machine wasn't working. He goes, that's just how it is, bro. Sorry. And for the first time in my life, call me entitled. I just go, yeah, I'm not paying that.
Yeah.
And he goes, but you gotta go. That's insane. Your machine doesn't work. I've got 20-something pieces of paper here. I'm not paying you $100 and something. I'm going to walk out.
Yeah.
With these and never come back. And he's like, oh, okay, bro, hold on. It reminded me of they got to go.
Oh, so you were just gonna leave.
I was
you already had
steal them.
You were gonna steal the paper.
I was gonna go, I need this because my rehearsal's in 20 minutes, but go ahead and put me on the list. I don't care.
Yeah, they're going to put your face up. They're going to put your headshot up.
Tell them to come and get me. I'll be at the Aurora Theater at 7 p.m. for one of my 2 test shows.
Oh, man.
I'll put your name on a list for a VIP.
I'm imagining this guy looked like, remember in Jerry Maguire when he prints out his mission statement in the middle of the night? He goes to FedEx Kinko's in the middle of the night to print out his mission statement, and it's a guy with long hair and piercings, and he's like, "That's how you get him, man."
I did secretly. I did secretly like picture this kid like printing them out, and then there's a whole line of people, and he's like, "You gotta wait your turn," and then he's collating him, and he goes, "Wow, dude, this show's pretty good."
Yeah, like he just stops him in his tracks.
I think this could go off Broadway.
Yeah.
You know?
He's going to ask if you need an intern or something.
Yeah, and then somebody in the line goes, hey, wait a minute, I'm a talent agent.
Sure.
Let me see it. You know?
Ooh, this is good. This is getting real meta.
I don't think anybody's blended tragedy and comedy this well before, bro.
You should put this in the one-man show.
I really like the lighting changes in here, too. I think it's really significant. Yeah, so it definitely reminded me of that. But I also am like, I think I got to get a printer because I could probably get a printer for less than what this guy wanted to charge me for printing 40 pages, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I always take advantage of my wife's corporate jobs where I will email files to her and say, hey, can you please print this for me?
Same.
So she goes, yeah, you don't own a printer because I print all your shit at work. Go,
it reminds me of a tweet that I saw that was like, I make $150,000 a year in passive income. It's called marrying a wife with a 6-figure income.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, it's me.
Yep, there you go.
It's me. I wonder, is there any other technology that's like obsolete that you need again, though? Like, I think because I bought some DVDs, as we've discussed, going more like analog. And it was so funny because my wife wasn't at home and the kids wanted to watch one of these DVDs I got. And it was the first time that I've used a DVD player in 10 years. And I had to call my wife. I was like, hey, it's your grandpa.
Yeah.
How do you do the input on this? Because it was like we went from having this very simple universal Roku remote now to like there's 3 remotes that have all the buttons, and I can't figure it out.
It's how it should be. That's how it used to be.
It's how it should be.
Used to have, and you're like us now. We have a bowl full of remotes.
Yeah, a bowl full of remotes.
This is life.
And it's like now I'm back in the ancient ways, and I'm like the printer.
As God intended it.
Do I want to get a printer and then have the headache of the printer again? You remember?
Here's the problem with printers is printer ink, right? Yeah. You buy a printer, and then, I don't know, it seems like it's on some sort of clock. Within 3 months, that thing starts binging and bonging and lighting up.
There's no coming back.
Saying you need printer ink, and the printer ink's always more than the printer.
Our laser printers are not inkless, right? It's just the way it's printed.
What am I, Mr. Packard?
Well,
I don't know.
I just mean that I feel like I have not looked yet, but I feel like when I look for a printer now, since it's been so long, I am hoping that I look and they go, we don't even have ink anymore.
Sure.
It's all done with AI ghost print, whatever. And I'm like, thank God, because that was the biggest pain in the ass.
It absorbs molecules from the air.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Repurposes
them.
But
I don't think that's going to be the case.
No.
I think I'm going to go back to it, and it's going to be the jalopy situation.
Flash cut
again.
to you at Best Buy in a, aisle that's real sparse, and you're looking for printer ink.
Remember, like there were people like my dad who would have like he got to the next level of printing where it'd be like he had the big long heroin syringe and he'd like have the bags and he was like, yeah, I got it. It's cheaper. You do it this way, and he'd refill the ink cartridges.
I never saw this.
You didn't know anybody like that?
Boy.
I remember we had a printer in Chicago, and everybody came to our house who were in the performing arts to be like, can you print this? Can you print that?
Sure.
And I'm like, now I found myself this last week to be like, oh, my next door neighbor's a journalist. She probably has a printer.
You want my wife's email?
Yeah. Can you say it on the air?
Just send it to her. She'll print it out for you.
Send all your printing needs to us. We're back.
We are back.
Speaking of getting back, my wife just got back.
What a transition.
And boy, are her arms tired. She was gone for like 5 days.
Yeah.
Thursday to Monday. Thursday morning to Monday night.
And she took the kids with her, right?
Yeah, she took the kids. Psych.
Yeah.
It was your boy. I had these little kids.
Yeah, you did.
I had these kids.
And your dog.
And this dog, who's asleep over here, better not get in the frame. Plus, for fun, another dog.
You wanted to amp it up.
I wanted to amp it up.
Let's level up here.
A blind dog. No. Another dog who is like not having a dog, because this was a professional dog we had. It was a doodle, a 7-year-old doodle, like puppy mill dog.
Sure.
Who sleeps on Maggie's bed, very low maintenance, goes out, goes to the bathroom, walks right back in, lays back down, in and out. No
Sounds
trouble.
like they spent some money on training with this dog.
They spent some money, or this is just like a dog that has been bred to just be like
docile
and like a soldier. Like
orderly.
It reminds you of like an orderly dog from 101 Dalmatians, you know, like one of the dogs in the farmhouse is like, sound the alarm.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like that. And I'm like, this dog's great. So much so, and it gave Maggie a lot of comfort. So she didn't ask so many goddamn questions at bedtime. She'd just be like, okay, I'm going to bed with my, living dog.
With my live stuffed animal.
Yeah. I mean, truly, I joked that this is an AI dog because it's just programmed this way to be perfect. That I even told the owners, our friends, Ro and David, I was like, I'll watch this dog anytime. They travel constantly. They're like, great. Yeah, we're going to Scotland in 2 weeks. Then we're going to Africa. And I'm like, great. Leave your dog here.
Cool.
Perfect. But what was shocking to me, John, was it went quite well with my kids.
Yeah. So 5 days with the kids?
5
on
days,
your own?
9 nights, 5 days.
Yeah.
We had a lot to do. They went to school. We had some nights here. We did bath time. We did some movie time. We went to a couple birthday parties. I don't know, dude. I don't know if we've turned a corner where it's manageable. I don't know if it's because I cut booze out of my life and I'm getting good sleep and I'm not cursing as much, because I am. Because Jenna came home. She goes, "How'd it go?" And Henry goes, "Dad did really good. He only swore at us 2 times and he didn't hit anybody." And I'm like, well,
thanks, Henry.
Thanks.
Appreciate that.
I did pinch your ear and have to walk you into your bedroom once. But otherwise, I'm like, they did pretty good.
Maybe it's a magic dog.
Could have been the dog.
Yeah. No, that's great, man. I mean, it's good to know that.
And I'm not taking a stab at your wife here.
Oh, okay. We're getting straight into that,
huh?
I feel like you might be a little bit.
It doesn't seem like she can handle a lot, and I just wanted to be like, hey, it went well.
Sure.
Nobody choked on a grape,
Yeah, you mentioned...
Although Henry, I did think that I jinxed myself because Henry was eating. I almost felt like you when you told me about that pot pie that you bought while your wife was gone.
Yeah.
That I took the kids shopping because I was like, oh, we're going to war with Iran this week. I should, stock up on groceries.
Sure.
And Henry was like, I want a lot of hot dogs. And I was like, dude, you haven't eaten hot dogs in like a year. And he ate like a whole package of hot dogs over the period of 2 days. He was just like, can I have another hot dog?
Just raw?
And he's walking. No, I cooked him. I pre-cooked him all. But he's walking around with them in his mouth. I'm like, Henry, don't choke on the hot dog. You know for a fact that kids choke on hot dogs and grapes.
Yeah.
And he was pounding grapes and hot dogs, walking around with them.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's going to be my luck that I need to pull out that D-choker that I have in the closet on these kids because I made fun of your wife in the grape incident.
Yeah, or he's going to drop some grapes and kill your dogs.
I could be.
Yeah. It is funny that you're, I feel like when I told you the story before, you were a little judgy. I think there was some humor involved, but I felt like there was a little, you're taking some stabs.
Yeah.
I do feel as though I might need to defend my wife's honor here a little bit. She is
a beautiful woman.
A lovely woman.
Great bod, great mind.
Absolutely. Also, she works full time and commutes.
Yeah.
So I do feel like when you're like, I was managing these kids, no problem. I'm like, yeah, but
you're on medical leave.
You're
now.
Not working, 50 hours
job.
A week with
you're
a
doing
commute.
Art. Yeah.
So
that's true.
I am glad your week went well, but you are kind of a full-time stay-at-home dad, which is different than somebody who has to work full-time with a commute.
Yeah, I am a kept woman.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. And I'll take it. Because it is a little apples and oranges.
It is. But I am very happy that it went well with the kids when your wife left town, because it's probably great for Jenna to be able to leave town and know
not
that
worry.
Everything's going to be okay.
And she's going to do it again. She does have other trips planned without me, so I'm going to do it again. And I have not held it against her at all. The only thing I did hold against is when she was coming back on Monday, and I was kind of like ready to be like, here's those motherfucking kids. Good luck. And she's like, hey, my friend's having a birthday party after work. I'm going to my yoga class. Can you pick up the kids and take them to gymnastics? And I was kind of like, hey, bitch.
Yeah.
I love you. I'm glad you had a good time.
But you're back.
Don't keep putting a hat on a hat. Your vacation's over. You need to come in this door, go get them kids, and let me go to the Y so I can have a sauna.
I think that's really funny.
She goes, you're not going to be mad, are you? I go, I am going to be mad.
Yeah.
But I will let you do it.
When you have been, even if you've just been managing the kids for, the day or something, and your partner's supposed to come home, when they get home, I have this feeling too, where I go, great, they're all yours now. I'm off, have fun. Yeah. I need 10 minutes to not be around children.
Yeah, even a few minutes. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, the kids did great.
So what'd you do while she was gone? Did you guys do anything interesting?
We did. Mostly, it was the rigmarole of,
life,
the school schedule and life. But we were planning to go whale watching, but there was a huge rainstorm. And I almost left the house, and I was pulling out, and I was like, I had to call the whale place. I called her like, yeah, the boat's going to flip over. It's 50 knot winds. We left you 2 voicemails and text messages and emails. And I was like, well, I guess you did. I'm glad that I
You know who would have been on top of that?
My wife.
Jenna.
My wife would have. In fact, she was the one I think who was like, "Are you sure they're, you know?" And I was like, "Well, I guess the boat could capsize." So that kind of put a wrench in it. And then we ended up going to that famed indoor playground instead of it. But once again, better than I thought it would because I actually got to get writing done. Excuse me. But, John, you can't imagine how packed that kids' town was.
When it rains, for anybody who doesn't live in Southern California, when it rains, we are not prepared for this. All of our activities, all of our businesses, all of our shops, everything is set up to be outside.
Yeah.
So when it rains, anything that's inside gets overrun.
Yeah. Now, this might be interesting to you because you don't like to make human connections, but I pulled up to the kids' town, which is the indoor playground, and it was... it looked similar to the scene in It's a Wonderful Life where there's a run on the bank.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's holding and they're like, "I got 2 bits," you know, and he's like, "Excuse me," you know, and the parking lot was full. There were angry people. I get out of the car with the kids and I'm kind of like, oh no. Well, one of the ladies who manages it, she sees me and she beckons me.
She waves you over.
She waves me over and she goes, "We're at capacity. We're not letting people in, but come to the side door."
What?
She let me in, and you know why?
Why?
Because I'm nice to her. And every time I go in, I chit-chat with her. And one time I was talking to her because she came to my place of business, and I'd seen her daughter work at that job with her. And she was like, "Oh, my daughter's looking to get into restaurant work." And I was like, "Well, why don't you ever put in an application? You know, I've seen her at your job and she does a really good job. She's great with people. She'd be good in a restaurant." And so she never forgot that, even though it was a few years ago. So she got us in. We still had to pay, but she had me jump the line. And I was like, that's what you get for being nice. I was like, I wish John Ahern would be here, who doesn't like to talk to people beyond the business relationships.
This is what's wrong with America. You bat your eyelashes at this lady, and all of a sudden...
Don't sexualize me.
You're breaking the rules. You get to jump the line.
Jump in the line.
Just because you were chatting it up with some worker... All of a sudden, rules don't apply to you, huh?
Back scratching. People were kind of like, "Who's that?"
Yeah.
And I was like, excuse me. My last name is Mr. Kidstown.
I'm on the list.
Yeah. I'm on the list. The place smelled so bad, John.
Oh,
it was so sweaty with kids.
Yeah.
So wet. Oh. Speaking of gross, the other place, I took them 2 other places. One is called Sky Zone.
Trampoline
park. Yeah. It was for a birthday party.
This is one of the only other activities in Southern California that's inside our trampoline parks. We're lousy with them.
Lousy. This one was actually really nice. I'd never been. And
they're fun. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. We just have a lot of them.
Well, I went to one of them that I won't name, and it wasn't Sky Zone. It was some other one, but boy, was it a dump.
Oh,
it looked like it should be condemned, and it was filthy. And I was like, yuck, yuck, yuck. So when somebody said, "Do you want to come to our kid's birthday party?" I said, absolutely not, but I have to. But it was a classmate of Henry's, and it was really sweet because this girl is in TK with Henry, and she has a lot of problems that drop off. Like, she still cries a lot, and it's difficult for her. And Henry has just been the sweetest boy to her. The mom said that he always gives her hugs and holds her hand and brings her into class and makes her feel better. And he ended up being the only one. She said he was the only one from the whole school that her daughter wanted to invite.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, that's so sweet. So we went and the kids had a blast, and the Sky Zone was super clean, super cool.
Nice. That's great.
I was kind of shocked by it. It was very professional. They're all high schoolers working there, but they were all working and cleaning, and it seemed very well managed. Now, next door was a little place called Goodwill. Have you ever been?
Yes, we go to Goodwill regularly, actually.
What?
We love Goodwill.
I find that shocking because you're Goodwill. Mr. I spent $5,000 on my kids' bicycles.
No. But we are, there are certain things that we do spend money on for sure. Things like bicycles, but
underwear we don't. We get them at Goodwill. The whole family.
There's other things.
We don't wash them.
A good example is kids' shoes, because our kids outgrow them so fast.
Oh.
Where we go, it's silly to spend $40, $50 on new pairs of shoes. I mean, our kids will get shoes. They will literally outgrow them in 2 months.
It is crazy.
8 weeks, they don't fit anymore.
Do you have it where your kids like that? Mine don't have it with shoes, but with like pants and stuff where they refuse to let them go. And I'm like, they're so tiny on you, dude. You're not wearing these to school.
No, our kids they're not really attached to clothing in that way. You could ask them what clothes they have in their room and they would look at you blankly. They have no idea. Huh. They could care less.
So you get kids' shoes at Goodwill.
Yeah, kids' shoes at Goodwill. But we'll just get random things there. Catherine is great about. She swings by Goodwill like once a week. And we'll pick up, shoes or books.
This is such a shock to me. I feel like
you have
there'd be an 80% chance that I would have said Goodwill and you would have said yuck.
Nope.
Disgusting. I never buy used things.
Brandon, we contain multitudes. You have an image
an onion
of me in your head, and I am here to tell you that you're
I've had this image for 20 years. I can't believe you.
Love Goodwill. Love Goodwill. Yeah.
We're looking for sponsors. Goodwill.
But how was your experience at Goodwill?
Well, I'm curious if your kids, because mine did not understand the concept of Goodwill. I don't even think they really cared, but I wanted them to know.
Sure.
Because we are entering this phase of economic protest a little bit with everything that's going on in the world by cutting out some of the bigger retailers and the bigger services that we feel are participating in values that we disagree with. I wouldn't call them values. I would not call them that. Honestly.
All who will remain nameless.
All who will remain
because
nameless.
We need sponsors.
Unless if they pay us a really good amount of money and make us feel very special and that it's very fair. I'm kind of like, hey kids, like we're not going to these stores so much. But we also generally are trying to like not make more waste. Yeah. So this is and giving to charity. And this is like, we donate to Goodwill. And we buy at Goodwill.
We donate to Goodwill quite frequently.
And we're the Goodwill family now. So I was trying to explain that to the kids. I don't think Henry got it, but I was looking for some new clothes. I got this sweet jacket for $4.
Corduroy jacket?
Dude.
Looks great.
It's great.
Love it.
I got these pants I have on for $5.
The whole outfit?
Dude, these underwear. Okay. They're women's. Right. I got skid marks all over.
Yeah.
But, it's funny because I feel like I got a new outfit, but it was like $10. But I let the kids pick one toy. Henry picked this horrendous model airplane that he showed you before we started the show that you needed like model airplane glue that we did not have. And I was like, I'm not buying this fume toxic glue to do with my 4-year-old when the model's like 13 and over.
Yeah.
Maggie got some horrifying Bratz kind of doll.
Oh, I hated those things.
It was
those are disturbing. The big heads.
This is what I'll say about Goodwill is like, it's a great idea, but then I bought some DVDs. I get them home. There was a DVD I got.
That's another thing we get at Goodwill all the time. Our DVDs,
right?
Catherine's great about picking up DVDs.
I picked up some good ones. The Dark Knight, Shrek. I try to get one for Jenna. Devil Wears Prada. Ones that she would rewatch. I'm only getting the rewatchables. Goodwill hunting, and then I found this one called The Apple Dumpling Gang, which was a live-action Disney movie with Don Knotts, and I forget his name from the variety show, not Mary Tyler Moore. I can't remember her name.
Carol Burnett?
Carol Burnett show. I forget the gentleman's name. I'll have to think of it.
Yeah, that name sounds familiar, the Apple Dumpling Gang.
It was a Western.
I wouldn't have been able to place it.
They were like a Western comedy. With Don Knotts from the Andy Griffith Show, and I used to watch him all the time. And this DVD,
love the Andy Griffith Show,
dude.
I watched that all the time as a kid.
I did too. Yeah, I did too. It was so good. I used to love Gomer Pyle. So I got this DVD, but then I come home, open it up, totally empty. It was the Apple Dumpling Gang Part 1 and 2. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. The kids are gonna love it. It's so funny. Empty, and I threw my receipt out.
You didn't open it up before you left?
As I said, John, with the printer. With this new technology, I didn't even figure out how to do the DVD player. These are like old world things that I need to learn. Sure. My wife even said...
You thought the box was the DVD.
Right. And then
you tried to put that into the DVD player.
Over the phone, when I call my wife and I'm like, how do I do the HDMI? Is it 1, 2, or 3? She goes, did you check the DVDs for scratches? And I go, oh my God, I didn't even do that.
Let me send my wife over to help you out,
It's just
Brandon.
things that you forget from the 90s and 2000s.
Come on,
it's like I got to make a list if I'm going back to this, right? And then Maggie got this like Brad style thing that was in a plastic Ziploc bag that they obviously put it in to keep the parts together, a little brush.
Yeah.
We get in the car. I didn't even think to check what was in it. I hear a pop. I turn around, glitter. It was like it came with a glitter thing that was in a little like doll container that she opened up, and my car is covered in a glitter bomb.
Yeah.
She was covered in a glitter bomb.
Did she think it was funny?
Henry did. Henry's like, I want some.
But Maggie did not find it humorous?
She thought it was funny, but she was already dirty from the sweating at the jumping place.
So
and I was just
it's raining. She's from the Sky Zone. She's got glitter on her. It's like you tarred and feathered her.
It truly was.
Yeah.
And then she also has been into lip gloss. So she's like putting this oil lip gloss stuff on. I was like, throw her in the trash can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, when your kids are so dirty, you're like, I don't even know how to clean you.
Yes, I do.
Because then she brought it to the house and dropped it again outside and then stepped in it. And I'm like, now it's on the bottom of her shoes. There's 2 dogs in this house now. I was just like,
we literally will have...
That was when I swore. That's when I was
I don't blame
God
you.
fucking
That
damn
is
it.
justified.
Yeah.
We will have the kids come in through the garage sometimes, and then I'll close the garage door, and I just say strip.
Dude, that is so Midwestern.
Down to your
Go
underwear.
Go through the garage. You have the
take
mud
off
room.
your clothes in the garage and leave them all in the garage.
Yeah.
I will throw everything in the washer and go straight to the bathtub.
Well, even with the glitter, I was like, I got to hand wash. I've got to hose it. I took it outside, hosed it in the yard, hosed the yard down.
I mean, it happened in your car. You're going to have glitter for the next year in
That's
that car.
That's what I told her. Yeah, I said, this can be a whole year. Confetti glitter, there's no getting it out.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, but I am a big proponent of Goodwill. I think you just need to get your Goodwill game up. You should go with my wife sometime. You guys can have a double date to Goodwill. She'll show you the ropes.
Maybe I'll make her some Tom Kha.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It sounds like a great evening for you too.
I should add this story that my mom told me about Goodwill, because my dad was a big Goodwill boy.
Yeah,
he was a Goodwill. He was a yard sailor. I mean, the near accidents I got in as a child in the car with my dad, because he would just slam on the brakes when he saw a yard sale sign, and cause a 5-car pileup. And he would go to Goodwill all the time. He collected hats, among other things. He was kind of a huge hoarder. And one of his things was cases, which Henry loves a case.
Cases? What do you mean cases?
Loves a case. That's a great question, John. A case could constitute a tackle-like box.
Okay.
That you might want to put your various cords in.
Sure.
It could constitute a sort of fanny pack thing that has different zippers in it. That might be a case that you might want to, it could be bigger, that you want to put different clothing items in. Not necessarily suit case, but things below that level for organizing.
Smaller caboodles type situations, tackle boxes.
My dad, for instance, I'd go to visit, or my parents would come out here, and my dad would be like perusing through my shit, and he'd be like, you could really use a case to put all this razor blade stuff in. Yeah. And so when he died, I got all these cases. But my mom said he would have a closet in his office was just full of cases. And he'd get so many cases. There'd be cases all over the house that she'd start to bring these cases to Goodwill. And then months later,
I could see where this is headed.
He would come home and he'd go, look at these cases I got. They were the same goddamn cases that she brought to Goodwill.
This was a edited scene cut out of Memento. I mean, the husband going back to Goodwill and buying shit the wife donates.
Yeah, and
because he doesn't remember.
She would go, "Oh my God, bub, he got all the cases I donated. He didn't even remember it."
Yeah, it's a good case,
dude. It's a good case. He'd be like, "Look at it. In the inside, there's another case."
I mean, it's really funny. Yeah. I am flashing back just real quick before we wrap this up, as we said it a moment ago. Yeah. Remember caboodles? I don't know if I've said that
my
word in 25
my older sister
years.
had a caboodle. Yeah. They were like a girl's tackle box case for your hair
These
stuff.
These were very popular. Yeah. I feel like when we were growing up in the 80s and 90s, caboodles were everywhere. Yeah. I haven't seen one in 20 years.
If we do a line of merch, we've talked about different boy things.
Like rock tin,
stick buckets.
Yeah, stick buckets you keep by the front door.
Maggie is entering the girly girl phase with the lip gloss and the makeup, the pretend stuff. And frankly, it's all over the place. She could use a caboodle. We should do a Listen They're Fine caboodle for the gals.
You heard it here
folks. You heard it here. It's on the shop. It's on the shop.
Listen They're Fine caboodles edition. All right, let's take a break.
We're back.
We are indeed.
What did you do while my wife was out of town?
Yeah. When your wife goes out of town, it really affects all of us.
The world stops.
The whole town, all of Long Beach.
When she leaves, I die. When she returns, I come to life.
So, we actually had a good weekend. We had a friend who had their kid had their bat mitzvah this weekend.
That's for the girls, right?
Yeah, it's where the young lady goes from. It's when they turn 12. It's for the boys. It's different. It's when they turn 13.
This is in Native American culture, right?
This is in Jewish culture.
Oh, okay.
But my wife went to the ceremony in the morning. But we were debating, should we take the kids? And she was like, it's going to be long. They do a lot of Hebrew. The kids are not going to sit through this.
Oh.
So she went, and I said, okay, great. I said, I'm going to take the kids on a hike. So I took them on a hike.
Where was this? Can you say?
Sure, in Laguna Beach.
Oh.
Yeah, about 40 minutes south of us.
Fancy Laguna Beach.
Fancy Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
We hadn't done this hike before. And I thought, okay, let's give this. I heard about this hike. It seems like it was going to be fun. So we went out there. We took the dog and the kids. And when we got there, have you ever done the hike in Hollywood? It's a very famous hike. It's called Runyon Canyon.
Oh, yeah. When I used to date gals up there, it was a lot of Runyon Canyon hiking.
Yeah.
And very, look at me.
It's very performative,
yeah.
that hike. You hear people, celebrities and stuff talk about it a lot. For anybody,
I would see a lot of celebs on it.
Yeah. And when you go on the hike, everybody's definitely, they want to be seen.
Yeah.
This was akin to it, this hike in Laguna Beach, where I feel like Runyon Canyon and this hike I did in Laguna are almost caricatures of the city that they're in, right? Like Runyon Canyon is a caricature of Hollywood. It's like, It's ridiculous. Like the people you see on it, everybody's an actor, everybody's trying to get their screenplay, picked up. It's ridiculous how everybody's dressed.
I want to do a bit of like playing a screenwriter doing the Runyon Canyon hike, where I like deliberately, I'll have a screenplay in my hands,
sure,
and I'll drop it,
yeah,
and I'll be like, "Oh, my screenplay."
That's a good bit. Yeah.
Or the pages blow, and I go, "Quick, get that! It's my soon-to-be award-winning screenplay."
That's a funny bit.
I hope some producers here.
Oh my God! Well, so look, that is funny.
Wait, I got to tell you one funny thing though. When my dad was alive,
sure,
I took him on. When my sister lived in LA, I lived in Chicago. We came to visit. My dad was in Michigan. He and I both flew out to do this LA trip.
I'm glad we got all the logistics.
You got the logistics.
It's really important.
But my dad went with, and we did the Hollywood hike, the Hollywood sign hike.
Oh, yeah.
And it was the night before the Academy Awards, the afternoon. It was a Saturday. The Oscars were on Sunday. And we're doing this Hollywood sign hike. And I see my dad talking to some pregnant gal, and a couple other people. And he's like, yeah, you go up there and it was Natalie Portman.
Oh my God.
Who,
of course,
won the next day for Best Actress for Black Swan.
Sure.
And my dad was giving her directions on how to get to the Hollywood sign.
Did he have any idea who she was?
Nope.
That's
he
amazing.
goes, she seemed real nice.
That's really funny.
It's like he would always do, every time he'd come out, there would always be something. Like sometimes people, one time he got mobbed by some people. I thought it was a bit. They're like, we can't believe it's you. And they were taking pictures with him.
Who did they think he was?
I don't know. And then another time, we went to the Hollywood Forever Cemetery tour, and we got lunch after, and Patrick Stewart, from Star Trek, he was at this lunch spot in Highland Park, and my dad got a beer, and then the waitress came over to Patrick Stewart. She goes, what can I get you? And Patrick Stewart points to my dad and goes, I'll have what he's having. He looks like a man that knows what he likes.
I like it.
And I was like, what is it with my dad and these celebrity sightings? Like their celebrity interactions.
Yeah, he definitely looks out of place in Hollywood, right? So they probably he's not the norm what they see. So it probably draws attention in that way.
But he does draw attention of looking like the most average man in America.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so you're down there.
Yeah, so no, we're in Laguna, and so my point was Laguna is also a caricature of Laguna Beach.
Caricature it for me, though. What are these people like?
Yeah, so much as you would see all celebrities and wannabe celebrities and screenwriters in Hollywood on a Runyon Canyon hike, in Laguna, it's all very well-to-do housewives with filler.
Yeah.
They're all very attractive, by the way.
They're all 28 and they look 57.
And influencers. We saw some influencers, sitting.
Say that again, though, so our wives see it. That you just said, yeah, these women with a lot of fillers are attractive.
Sure.
Yeah. We want them to
really get us in trouble.
Yeah. We love the They had these big old fake cans. Very hot.
Yeah.
Very hot. They got a lot of liposuction. They look so good. Anyways, what a bunch of losers.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Yeah. Who even cares?
So
right?
It's a bunch of housewives types.
Yeah. And influencers.
There's a bunch of guys with White Lives Matter signs on the hike.
Everybody has designer dogs, right?
Yeah. So you can bring dogs on this hike.
You can, yeah.
Good to know.
I wanted to take our dog on the hike, so I
Can you now,
out.
though? Is your dog allowed to touch grass, as they say? Because
yes.
I thought you couldn't bring your dog anywhere.
No, she has enough shots where she can go on hikes. Yeah,
that's good. I wasn't sure if you're gonna be one of those people because I knew somebody who used to have their dog in a stroller all the time, and they go, "Well, we can't take it out till it gets its shots," and they just never let it out of the stroller. Every time I'd see it, years would go by. They're like, "Loves the stroller."
You thought that was gonna be me,
John? It could. Do
you even know me,
John? I thought you would not be a Goodwill person.
Goodwill, and now this.
But I could see you have the dog in a stroller, and I go, you didn't seem like the dog in a stroller type, and you'd be like, actually I am, and I find it offensive. I remember years ago I used to vape, and you were like, you don't seem like the vaping type.
Yeah.
And that's actually what made me quit.
Ooh. I didn't know that comment had such an effect on you.
Yeah, a huge impact. Didn't matter what my wife said, how much it drove her crazy that I was vaping all the time.
It didn't surprise me that you used to smoke, where I was like, I could see that. But the fact that you used to vape, when I see you vape, I'm like, it doesn't fit your persona.
But smoking does. Even now, so few people smoke. When I see people smoking now, I go, fuck yeah, dude.
Dude gets
Hell
it.
yeah.
Old
Get
school.
Fuck the man.
Yeah.
Dude, I
that guy
wish
has
I
a printer.
I miss smoking so bad. I loved it. I had so much trouble when we were doing that.
I thought you were going to say we're looking for sponsors.
Red Apple cigarettes. Well, I had trouble when we were doing that Tarantino Film Club because all the cigarette smoking. I was like, ooh, really everybody looks so cool.
On the cusp, yeah.
I remember when I looked so cool, I didn't. Anyway,
yeah, hike was great. We had a good time. We ended up at some random park. The hike dead ended into some park in some neighborhood, and we ended up playing with a bunch of kids over there. Our kids were playing with them, and I was just like, these are rich kids, guys. Just careful.
Yeah, take their shoes.
Don't get too close. They're not going to hang out with us after this, right? This is a one and done situation.
Dude, I would have mugged those kids. You know?
But yeah, it was fun. But then that night, we got a babysitter, and we went to the bat mitzvah celebration. Our kids did not go
down in Laguna. Also,
no. So sorry, I'm really
take me through what freeways
the tour of Southern California.
Yeah,
we went to Laguna just for the hike. My wife went up to Highland Park for any of the locals for the bat mitzvah, for the ceremony.
Big Jewish population up there.
But then we went to the bat mitzvah party that night. My wife and I, we did not bring the kids.
I would have also brought a screenplay to the bat mitzvah in Highland Park. I would have been dancing and been like, "Oh, my screenplay." While we're doing Have Nagila.
It would have been perfect, yeah.
You know?
And Highland Park did not disappoint. Man, is that place hipster. Wow.
I love that area, though.
I do too, but the way everybody's dressed, I just go, this is how everybody's going to dress 2 years from now. I don't see anybody dressed like this anywhere in my normal life.
Yeah.
But everybody
is it like normcore, kind of baggy 90s jeans?
Yes. Style? Yeah, but there's a lot of nuance to it that I'm too old to understand, I'm sure. But just the way they were dressed, I go, this is none of this is for me.
Yeah.
But I'm sure
they're all look maxing.
Yeah. In 2 years, everybody will be dressing like this. And I'll go, oh, yeah, I remember in Highland Park, everybody was like that in 2026.
That means in 5 years, they'll dress like that in Michigan.
5 to 10.
So whenever my mom would come out, she'd be like, oh, y'all do that out here?
Yeah.
They all doing that in California?
Catherine said it reminded her of when she used to go to Brooklyn. She had a friend that lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And she always thought that everybody was just trying to dress as ugly as possible.
Yeah, they were.
She would just go, what are they wearing?
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, everybody was wearing those clothes. Same kind of thing.
And frankly, you ask me, people are dressing ugly. I'm not with it. I'm not for it. I'm not with the culture. I'm not with these kids.
Oh, no. I don't like it either. Catherine always jokes about it with me where she'll bring more hip clothes and she'll be like, do you like it? And I always go, no, it doesn't fit your body. It's way too baggy.
I like my skinny jeans.
Yeah.
I like a relaxed fit at most.
I like to see her shape, you know?
Yeah. I want to see the lines.
Is there anything wrong with this?
Don't bring me no Jinkos.
Yeah.
The Levi's pipes, maybe. No, I know what you mean. That it is like we're too old. Unless if you are in that part of LA, the 40-year-olds will dress because they have the money and access and are trying to chase the trend. They will dress like the 20-something-year-olds, and it is sad. It does make me feel uncomfortable when I see people dressed. Because it's not ironic, but they are dressing as if they were in the movie The Matrix. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? With like the black tiny sunglasses and the big wide jeans and the like almost that era of Pamela Anderson and like barbed wire tattoos and kind of S&M inspired 90s black tank top look and bowl cuts and stuff like that, like a bowl cut with a mullet. And it's like, I do feel like how my parents did when I was in the 90s wanting to dress like Beck. Mm-hmm. And they were like, why are you buying from Goodwill these bell-bottom pants that we used to wear that were horrible?
Yeah, we all know this was a mistake.
We wore these as a teenager. Why are you wearing these now with a big 70s collar shirt? And I'm like, because of Beck.
I just try. I agree with everything you're saying, but I'm trying to not sound like a curmudgeon, like an old grumpy man. Yeah. Where I just go, you know what? It's not for me, and that's fine. I think not everything needs to be for me. And it's okay.
I know we don't want to detour too much on this, but I had this realization about fashion, which is like the thing that made me angry about this thing of like they're dressing like I did in the late 90s, early 2000s, is like what I'm saying and what like the people our age I think are saying about it is like it's too soon. Like that just happened. It's too soon. But I think what we're actually saying is like fashion is cyclical, and we are just old faster than we thought.
Sure.
And we don't want to be. It's like how Amy Poehler once said, like, everybody older is like, oh yeah, New York when I was there in the 80s was fucking awesome, and now it's like Disneyland, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, what you're saying is not New York used to be cool. It's what you're saying is you used to be young in New York, and that was a cool time in your life.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do kind of get when I see that. You know,
you just gotta let it go.
It's like you want to punch a teenager.
when we were at the bat mitzvah, they only served beer and wine, and I don't drink beer or wine. Oh. I drink the hard stuff, Brandon.
So you make a scene?
No. So I said, "Hey, Catherine, I'll be back in a few minutes." So
no, dude, you rolled up to 7-Eleven? You got some Swishers in a bottle?
I rolled over to the liquor store next door, grabbed a couple little bottles of booze.
Whoa!
Brought them back, and then I just said, give me a ginger ale. And then just...
Damn, John, that's some alcoholic shit. I didn't know you rolled like that.
I don't normally,
That's some shit I do.
We're at this bat mitzvah, and we're there for a long time, and I'm like, I need a drink, man.
Did you brown bag it?
No, I
got it in.
I got the little airplane bottles.
Yeah.
You know, like the little tiny guys.
Yeah.
And then I just put them in my pocket and just...
Right. So you then ordered the drink at the bar mitzvah and then found a corner and poured it in?
Oh, I just did it right there.
Right where?
Well, I mean, I got the drink and I just walked over to a table and just poured it in.
At the table?
Yeah.
So I picture
bold. I didn't care.
Some elderly Jewish bubby looking at you and you go, mind your own business, bubby. And she's like, I escaped Auschwitz.
Yeah.
And for this, like, you want one?
To watch this Gentile?
Yeah. This goy over here.
So anyway, yeah, it was fun. I really appreciated.
You go, I'm getting fucked up. My truck's electric. It's driving me home.
It'll drive me home.
My Rivian gonna drive my drunk ass.
I appreciated everything I was seeing there. It was very fun. The Highland Park did not disappoint. But
what else was fun? You're saying Highland Park is fun.
Well, because then I was
other than seeing hipsters and you going to a 7-Eleven.
No, but then there was also bars there too. So I checked out. We actually went to a couple of the bars after the bat mitzvah and got a drink.
And you brought in your own
no. How dare
airplane bottles.
You don't even know me, dude. I would never.
This show, I did this. I made this show so I could know you, bro.
Well, you are failing miserably. We tried to go to. There was a tiki bar, speakeasy.
Oh, you love that.
Couldn't get in, man. We pushed the little button and like a little sailor popped up and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody opens a hidden door and they go, do you have reservations?
Yeah.
I said, for this fucking random speakeasy? No, I don't. They said, sorry, we're all booked up for tonight.
Wow. They saw that you weren't a celebrity.
We got turned away. Yeah.
So they probably heard about what you did at the bat mitzvah.
They probably did, but word got around.
What do you mean when a sailor popped up? A real sailor?
No. It was, do you remember those things at carnivals and fairs where it'd be like a machine with like
in Big?
Yes, like in Big.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like a glass box.
With a pirate.
It's shaped, it's about the size of a claw machine.
Yeah, exactly.
You make a wish
exactly.
or something.
So yeah, I could have set that up a little better. This one had a sailor in it, and you push a button on it, and he does some little hand jive thing, and then a secret door pops open next to him.
Wow.
But we didn't get in, so I don't want them as a sponsor. No sponsorship.
He pops up, he goes, "You don't look like you're from Highland Park."
Yeah.
And you go, "No, we're actually from Long Beach." He goes, "Do you know anybody in the cast of Euphoria?" And you go, "No." And he goes, "Go fuck yourself." Dips back down.
That's basically what happened. So we went to the bar next door, which wasn't quite as hip, and it was nice. Anyway, I will say, the bat mitzvah did get me thinking. I thought, okay, there's a lot going on here at the bat mitzvah. About Gaza, yeah, in Israel. No.
And the Board of Peace you were thinking about?
It made me think that I really appreciated how the Jewish culture handles kind of coming of age and rites of passage for children. I thought, this is actually a really good thing. There's a lot involved. I mean, I'm certainly not an expert.
Well,
right?
Would you say it's like I've never been to them. I'm certainly mispronouncing it.
Quinceañera.
Yeah, see, quinceañera.
Yeah, I'm from SoCal. Quinceañera.
Yeah. Quinceañera.
There you go.
I sound more racist as I do it correctly.
You do. Say it the wrong way. Sounds better.
Quinceañera.
Yeah, because that is
Isn't that another rite of passage thing?
That really is just a party, right?
Okay.
At least in the Jewish culture, there is more.
Let's be honest. Anything in Latin culture becomes a party.
I don't hear you.
That's why we are envious of them.
John Ahern does not condone this message.
Oh, what? I mean, I think that's a positive thing.
You're saying anything in the Latin culture becomes a party?
Any kind of like marking of thing is like, it's going to be a rager.
Sure.
I
don't think that's a bad part. But
yeah, I think it's a good part.
Yeah. No, but I don't know.
The whites.
If I think about it as much of a rite of passage, but it did make me think about, I don't think we really have too many equivalents, nothing really equivalent outside of those cultures, right? Like, you and I are Gentiles over here.
Sadly, yeah.
We don't have something that, you don't do a sweet 16 for boys. And even for girls, it doesn't feel that.
I think if
just a party,
they're pedophiles, they do it.
Sure. So it did make me think, and I was like, you know what? What is there in our culture that is like, okay, you're not a little kid anymore. Like, you're moving on. And I was thinking about things that you and I probably did when we were
enlisting in the army.
Yeah, that was pre us. Neither of us are veterans. But you know what a big one was?
Yet, we should say.
The night is young.
The robot war's coming.
A big one for me, I think, was getting my driver's license. And I don't know if that was a big one for you, but I got my learner's permit the day I turned 15 and a half.
Yeah.
And I got my driver's license on my 16th birthday. And I already had a car ready to go. Like, I couldn't wait. That was a very big moment for me because it felt like freedom.
Garage door opening into the light.
Sure, exactly.
Hot rod.
I'm getting out of this town.
Yeah. You hung up your racing flag. That's
a callback for our regular listeners.
Yeah, people who follow this story and the world building of the show.
And I'm wondering, I mean, I did kind of go down a rabbit hole of looking up different rites of passages kind of around the world and what different cultures do. I'm curious, do you associate anything like that for yourself? Can you think of any kind of coming of age or rites of passage that you did growing up?
Well, I'm glad you asked, John. In Christian faith, we were baptized as babies. Mm-hmm. Catholic culture, they baptize the kids, the babies. But then I remember being about 12 and I got rebaptized. Mm-hmm. And they rebaptized us because it was kind of like, you're about to be a teenager, probably going to do some whack in it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we need you to consciously, as a young adult, decide to ask for Christ's forgiveness and be born again in Jesus' name, and memorize some scripture that is connected to you or connects to you from the Bible. So I did kind of do a bit of a rite of passage of that when I turned 12 in the church I was in. And I remember my grandma like the gay boy I am, took me to do whatever I wanted, and I said, I want to go antiquing.
Oh, my God.
And I got a little steak dinner at Finley's, R.I.P., Muskegon, Michigan. I got a little flat iron steak and went antiquing, got me my first guitar and a little Kermit doll.
Oh, well, look at that.
That was the closest thing.
There is a term, and I feel like you should know this term. I think it's in Catholicism. Maybe it's in Christian, but I think it's a Catholic thing that does happen around that time. And I cannot remember.
Is it confirmation?
Confirmation. That's what it is.
My sister did it because my hipster sister Becky, who lives in Portugal, before she moved and she was in Long Beach and didn't have a child, she was looking for things to fill her time. So she would be that person who'd be like, I'm homesteading now. I'm deciding to do competitive ballroom dancing. I'm learning Appalachian tap dance.
Sure.
And one of the phases she had was she wanted to try a new religion every year.
Oh, okay.
And she only did it once, and that was getting confirmed by converting to Catholicism.
Okay, there you go.
And when Jen and I first started dating, we went to her confirmation, and it was the fucking longest night of my goddamn life. It was like all three director's cuts of Lord of the Rings. You thought it was over. It kept going. She also had to memorize a bunch of like Latin shit and gussy up. And I told she maybe didn't do anything after that because at the end of the night I said, "Bitch, if you change religions again, I'm gonna fucking kill you."
After all this,
you're Catholic till the day you die.
Yeah, we're done.
What a joke. Yeah.
So, what do you think about our kids? Jesus, we're gonna have robots driving them around.
Well, I don't know
so
if
maybe
it'll
they
be
want to
robots
get their
driving.
driver's license.
It sounds like from the way things are going, it's actually people who work in the Philippines who are remotely driving those cars, and
they'll have it worked out by the time
they pretend that they're being driven by robots. 16. Yeah.
So, you do hear about this a lot in the news that kids are not getting their driver's licenses nearly as much when they're turning 16. It's just, now that we have Ubers and Waymos, it's just not really a thing as much anymore. So, what do you think? Our kids, what rites of passage or coming of age type situations do you think our kids will go through?
I don't know, because I don't know how it is in the Midwest now. Excuse me, as far as driving, because I have noticed the younger people I know in this town, not all of them drive. There'll be like one friend that drives.
Sure, there's one. One
they're always like getting rides from their parents. I'm like, you're like 20. They're like, yeah, I don't own a car. I don't have a driver's license. I'm like, what?
I feel like all the young people I see around have e-bikes or are taking Ubers everywhere.
And they're on their vapes.
Yeah.
And they're listening to EDM.
And they got their baggy 90s clothes.
And they're playing their Billie Eilish.
This is turning into two old men
and their
complaining.
Rap crap. And their dope. What was your question? Sorry.
I think when my kids turn 16, I'm going to give them mushrooms and send them on a vision quest.
Dude, we need to bring back them vision quests.
Right?
Not that I ever did it, but just send them into the woods with a knife, say come back with a deer head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
It's
That'll
the only
make
way.
you a man, huh?
The only way out is through. There was this one guy, speaking of, I had a landlord, a weird one, and he had this handyman who was like a lot of handymen, not good. Mm-hmm. And this guy, he was real overweight and always sweaty and could never finish a job. I think his name was Harry or something. And he had this big he was a big fat white guy. And I noticed he had this big tattoo, this like, it was like an image of a Native American chief on his leg. And I go, you're into the chiefs, huh? And
turned into Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, what's an Indian, huh? I said, you like Native American stuff? And he goes, yeah, I actually I'm 25% this and that, and he named some tribe. I go, don't you get like tribal benefits, Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's 25%, but he said he's right on the cusp to get
the benefits
for life.
Sure.
But in order to do it, he has to go through the tribal leader law, which requires for people that close down the edge, he has to do a vision quest.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, sure, do it. He told me what it was, and he was like, I'm too fat and old. He was like, I could have done it when I was this age, but I was too scared to go in the woods alone and, hunt this plant or whatever it was. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll do it for you.
I'll do it
Split
now.
it with me. Let's
Sounds
go.
Great.
We ride at night, I want some shit like that.
Yeah.
Would you send your kid? Because don't they do that shit in Boy Scouts anymore? Or Girl Scouts?
Yeah, this is
they have them go in the woods and kill kill a young, attractive group of hikers or something?
I think we should save Boy Scouts for another time because this is a long conversation. Because maybe we can tease this for next week. We did enroll my youngest son in Cub Scouts about a month ago.
I got a lot of questions. Can we put a pin in it?
Yeah, so let's put a pin in it. We'll talk about it next week. I think there's a lot.
On our new segment, put a pin in it.
But just to kind of put a button, not a pin, to put a button on this, I think Eagle Scouts is a very good rite of passage, which is the last level of the Scouts, right? That's the final one you do. And there is a lot that you have to do in order to graduate from being an Eagle Scout. My dad was an Eagle Scout. And I mean, you have to.
So was everybody in the Illuminati?
Maybe. But you have to do a lot of volunteering. You have to do these leadership things. You have to do a bunch of stuff in the community. It's really great. A lot of the stuff they do.
You also probably have to catch a hawk or something and
with your mouth.
Yeah. That kind of shit.
Yeah. No, there's a lot
cut out the heart of a deer.
Yeah. You got to know all the knots.
Yeah.
I feel like our producer Wyatt would have been a Boy Scout.
Yeah, I think he would have.
Yeah.
If he wasn't, it'd be a shock.
Maybe we'll have Wyatt on one of these weeks and I can talk about it.
We'll see.
All right. But we'll talk about Cub Scouts next week.
I love it. They gotta go.
We're back with Gotta Goes.
Go. Yeah.
All right. You want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Okay. My Gotta Go. I've got one Gotta Go this week. I know sometimes we do a few, but I've got one this week.
We do 3. Yeah.
But it's 2 parts.
Oh.
All right. So
ass and titty.
That's my Gotta Goes? Absolutely not.
They gotta go.
No, absolutely not.
These butts are getting too big.
You don't even know me, dude. I swear to God.
You don't even know me. I hate booty.
So these are very much related. So my first one is people sending AI summaries either in messages or emails or whatever medium you choose and passing it off as their voice, as their own work.
Are you a teacher for middle schoolers?
Right, where someone's trying to communicate with you and they'll send you something like a message or like, hey, I was reading this thing, or hey, I wanted to talk to you about blah, blah, blah. And you look through this, you go, they didn't fucking write this. You see the.
How can you tell?
You see the M dashes. You familiar with the M dashes?
No.
That's where it looks like a kind of like a double dash together. It's not a key on a keyboard you would normally hit. You wouldn't even know where to find it.
Are they asterisks?
No, it's like a dash. You know what a dash is?
Yeah.
Right? But it's extra long. It's about twice as long.
Oh, like in Microsoft Word where you do dash dash and you press enter and it makes it into one longer
Exactly.
dash?
It's called an M dash.
Oh.
And so nobody actually normally does those, but AI loves doing it. But there's these little
Is there a specific
telltale
AI
signs.
program that
They all kind of do. All these LLMs. But even if it's not that.
Because I know one of them, Claude, will be like asterisks.
Yeah.
It'll be like 3 asterisks. And
There's all sorts of like little indicators like that. But even if you got rid of all those, you can always tell where it's like, this isn't how my friend or my coworker or my relative speaks. And I go, what are you doing here, man? I'm not trying to communicate with your AI fucking avatar.
It'll say things like, that's so brave of you to do.
Yeah, good point. And you're just like.
Now you're thinking critically like a big dog.
Yeah, I was like, don't fucking.
So you can just tell by.
Listen, guys, I have not culturally accepted this yet that I have to speak with your AI representative.
Your AI agent.
Yeah, if you're sending me an email, it better be from you. If you're sending me a text message, you better have typed that shit out.
Do you ever call people out and say this isn't?
If it's a friend,
an AI summary?
If it's a friend, I would. I haven't yet, but for coworkers, it's just very frustrating. This happens in the business world quite a bit now.
I've sent stuff to you that I've said this is an AI, whatever. Like I brought up this question.
Yeah.
Or I put in this thing and this, but I'm usually like I tell people.
Yeah, this is an intervention right now, Brandon.
Oh.
No. You always call it out when you communicate with me. You'll say, hey, I put something into Claude and this is what it spit out. I will say, I get it.
I do it a little too much?
No, the problem is that it doesn't edit down where I'm like, yes, I get this. You're prefacing it came from some AI system, but now I have to read through these.
You have to read the whole thing.
These 19 paragraphs. You just gave me an essay to read.
Because it does give you, first off, it fucking lies all the time.
Totally.
Because I use it and it fucking lies.
And so I'm like, now I have to fact check your AI.
But it'll also give you way more than you need. Like if you're just kind of like, hey, whatever, like, I need to book a flight. What's the best time for Phoenix?
Yeah.
And it'll be like, Phoenix is a pretty cool town. I'm glad you're interested in going, especially this time of year.
Like, you cut all this shit out.
It's kind of like, it's almost as shitty as like, you're looking for a chili recipe, and it's like those pre-AI ones that are like, nothing makes me think about my mom in the South than a good old Southern chili.
Yeah.
Springtime, you're just like, bitch, what fucking beans do I use?
What are the ratios?
And there's all these ads in between the essay.
So this is my gotta go, where I have not accepted that I need to communicate with your AI agent yet. I'm not okay with this. Like, if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me with your own voice.
Yeah.
The second part of my gotta go here, though, is this is something you do, but a lot of people do this.
Fart.
You're not alone.
I tell you when I got a fart. I say I'm going to step out to fart.
People, you do that.
I
also.
do that.
People will do voice to text on their phone.
I do that.
In emails or in text messages. And you can always tell because it's so long and rambling where you go, someone goes to send you a message and you open up your text and it's one giant paragraph and you have to scroll 4 times.
Dude, I am an old head. It is some old head shit to do voice to text.
And I do voice to text too, but I curate it and I edit it down. Right?
You take the time.
Yeah, because
it's old head shit, because I remember when people started doing it years ago. My mother-in-law does it, and I remember years ago, and I told myself, I was like, I will never do voice to text. And then you'd even see in the emails, it'd be like, excuse the typos. I've been doing it with my iPhone. This is like 2015.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. I'll never do that, you old ass. And now I'm like, hey, John, checking in about the Camity Damity, and it's like all fucked up, and I just hit send.
Yeah. And there's all these typos in it. And also,
then when you do it to people who have, what's the other phone, the BlackBerry or the Android, you can't edit it.
Yeah.
So once it goes,
it's
and then
off.
you got to do an asterisk, and you're like, I meant sags.
Yeah.
Whatever. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. So it'll be.
I do got it.
It'll be too much where I'm like, now I got to read 3 pages in a text message, and you're rambling on while you're driving somewhere, and I'm getting just unedited, uncurated thoughts from your mind.
That's what you get with your boy. I just say what's on my mind like Eminem.
I am. I both of these I feel like they gotta go.
Dude, these are fucking. You're telling me I gotta go.
What I want when a friend or a colleague or somebody is communicating with me is I want you to think about what
Here's the thing, John. You can't have it both ways. You're saying, I want you, not the AI. And then I'm like, I'm giving you my authentic self. You're like, I don't want that either.
Can I finish?
I'm going to let you finish.
I want you to think about what you want to tell me.
No.
And I want
you're going to get the process of me thinking about it.
And I want you to edit your thoughts in a clear...
You're getting the whole thing.
In a clear and concise manner. I don't want to hear from your AI agent. I don't want to hear your crazy ramblings of a madman for 5 minutes and 5 pages.
Here's the thing, John. I'm bringing my whole crew of AI, and they just as dumb as me. And you're going to hear from all of us as we're thinking through what we're telling you.
It's just, these are 2 sides of the same coin, which people are basically saying,
this one can't read, this one can't write, and I'm dumb as a motherfucker. You get it all.
When people send me these things, the message to me is clear, which is, I am not going to take the time to communicate with you properly. I am too busy to talk to you and communicate my thoughts in a clear manner. I am either going to ramble on to you, just voice to text for page after page, or I'm going to do that exact same thing to an AI and then copy and paste the output from that and send that to you. But either way, I refuse to type out my thoughts or questions or comments or whatever it is to you in a clear manner and be my own editor. I am just going to either ramble out to you directly or ramble into an AI program and then send it to you.
What do you want, John? How do you want? You can't have it both ways.
I think I've been clear. Think about what you want to communicate to me, edit your thoughts, and then ask or say or whatever it is. Communicate
I don't
in that manner.
remember the world a year ago.
I want you to communicate to me in a normal fashion, edit your own thoughts, don't make a AI super agent do it for you, and don't ramble incoherently into your phone and then click send. These are my gotta goes.
Christ.
So I'm sorry to call you out directly. It was not meant as an attack on you directly.
I'm sad. I'm so sad.
I love you, buddy. I love you.
I don't remember what it used to be like, though. I don't know how we all used to be.
Yeah. We used to
before the slop.
We used to think about what we wanted to tell people, and then we would type it out in a thoughtful manner.
Ding. Okay. Gosh.
All right. What's your gotta go?
I can't even use a TV. I can't even use a TV DVD player or print anything anymore. I forgot. These hands forgot how to work. Okay, speaking of the old world, one of my recommendations was I've had the luxury of, when I was watching dog sitting, of taking the dogs to a park first thing after dropping the kids off at school.
This is your gotta go.
Oh, sorry. No, this is, what's gotta go? Parks.
I was like, you're going to say parks?
No,
you love
sorry,
parks.
Sorry. Put in a parking lot.
All right. I don't
Put
think
in a Dollar Tree.
Listen, audience, I don't even think we're going to edit this out. I think
we don't need it.
We're going to take that as a mulligan and we're just going to keep going.
Yeah. My gotta goes is I got a couple of them.
Okay.
One of them is I feel like one of them I always have is some fucking Instagram ad I get, and I hate these AI ads.
We've talked about this, yeah.
But these are different ones, and I can't get them to stop. And they're the ones that go, talk like a CEO, instead of saying, I think, say, and it cuts to some other AI video of a guy who looks like a CEO or a girl, and it'll go, so it'll say
a woman,
a little girl. That's what Jenna's dad calls all women. He'll go, some little girl did it when I brought him to his eye.
A 45-year-old woman.
I'm like, she's 70. So it'll have somebody go, oh, well, what I think we should do, a CEO would say, the best path forward is, or whatever. And I fucking hate these. And also, like, I feel like the they gotta goes is CEOs, and I don't mean let's bring out the guillotines, but because of the Epstein situation, I think CEOs, this is my prophecy, the term CEO will go away.
Oh, interesting.
Because the wealth inequality has become so much, and because of the rift in society that the Epstein file release has caused, and the Trump support shifting from what is viewed as a cover-up of the Epstein files, whether that is true or not, the billionaire class and people seeing that whether they were satanic pedophiles or not seem to have a lot of control of the world. And so it's making people really mad, and people being like, I want the CEOs. I think people don't want to talk like a CEO. People don't want to appear like a CEO. I mean, I saw a funny tweet that said, you want me to use email like Jeffrey Epstein? That I think CEOs
there's a negative connotation with that term. There's a negative connotation
with it that CEOs needs to, and it will eventually go, where they're going to come up with a whole new term for C-suite people.
Sure.
Because it's got so many negative connotations.
Oh, I could totally see this happening. Absolutely. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah, I think that's what they got to go. The other thing is Hollywood. No, getting these DVDs that I did at Goodwill, and while the kids were gone, and we may have touched on this before, I couldn't recall, but I wanted to take the kids to the movies.
Okay.
And there was seemingly nothing there for children.
Yeah.
Ages 4 to 7, that is family movies. I feel like, and maybe it's just because we were younger and we had physical media that we held, so it imprinted something more on our consciousness than what my kids have, which is the scrolling to see what movie they want. Yeah. And we had the theatrical experience was much more at the forefront of our childhoods of this movie's coming out. We need to go to the place. We need to go to the theater. It
was an event.
We need to go to the Blockbuster because, Aladdin is finally on video, and we saw the commercials on the television.
Remember the Disney commercials would be now on video.
Yeah, now on video. Yeah. Now on Laserdisc.
Yeah.
It's a wish, but it's that I could not find anything at the movies. And it seems like outside of a semi-annual release from one of the major...
From Pixar
or Disney, unless if they're just not making it to the theatrical release, there's rarely a kids movie outside of, we talked about, I saw that movie David with my kids, which was a faith-based animated one. I feel like it's either one of those or Disney. And growing up, I just felt like there's so many live action movies.
You know what it is? It's all going straight to streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, think about when you go on Netflix on a kid's profile, you will see multiple new movies every week. And these in the past would have been in theaters.
And I know it's wildly expensive to do it in theaters, but I also know that theaters make a huge amount of their money from concessions. And when I bring my kids,
it's all about concessions.
We spent $75, I think, on just concessions.
Yeah.
But I also understand that I have heard, and we would have to fact check this, that Disney kind of has theaters by the throat in that they have so many demands because they know so many people see their movies that they take a much larger cut. So the theatrical distributors don't make nearly as much with the Disney movies. Sometimes they can even lose money, allegedly. So it's a tough market. But I do say they got to go for just like these people that aren't programming. They got to go, and we got to find a way to put more family movies out there because I will go support them with my kids.
Absolutely.
Because I love taking my kids to the movies. They love going to the movies. I just, half
Same.
the time I look and I go, there's nothing here besides maybe, and it's nothing against Asia, but there'll be like some anime movie that I've never heard of from South Korea or something that it's like, my kids aren't going to go for that. There's no Beethoven, there's no Jumanji, although I guess they remade Jumanji.
No, I know what you mean, though.
But those peak 1989 to 1995 family movies that just seemed like in abundance.
There's a couple times a year, because I totally agree with you, because people will immediately, probably send us a message or something that says, oh, no, but there's this movie and there's that movie. And you go, yeah, I know there's these tentpole movies that come every year, which are great, but it used to be year-round. You could go, oh, what's playing? My parents would do this. I'm sure yours would too. Just go, let's go to the movies this weekend. We didn't know what was playing, and we'd go, oh, this, and this is playing. Let's go see that. And now it's an event if there's a great kids movie.
It was also that the theatrical window has shrunk so much and shrunk even more with COVID and the industry model changing, where it used to be these movies were in the theaters for a year.
Yeah. Now
some were even in for 2 years.
Now
and
it's
there's
a month.
A second year run. Sometimes it's weeks. We used to always go to the second run movie theater where it was $1 at the
remember those? Those were the best.
My parents would drop me
off. The dollar theaters?
When I was like 10 years old, they'd drop us off and we'd go to the Goodwill. We'd walk around Kmart. We'd go see a movie and then go do those things, go to Baskin Robbins, then go see another movie, and then sometimes a third one.
I loved the dollar theaters because my parents would be real loosey-goosey with the concessions when we go to the dollar theater because they saved money on the tickets. Yeah. So we'd go to the dollar theater, but the trade-off is they'd be like, get whatever you want.
My parents
get
never
the red
did.
Vines,
that's
get
why,
the popcorn.
That's why I went big. I go big with my kids because my dad, it was Michigan winter. He'd have his starter jacket.
Oh, yeah.
And he'd fucking put 2 bags of popcorn in there.
We'd sneak it in.
And we'd be going up to the front. You could smell the popcorn on him. He'd microwave. He'd be like, it's too hot in the car. Yeah. He'd let it cool off on the dash. But then he'd put it in his coat and he'd be like, I'll take 2 tickets to the 6 Cents. And you'd see the steam coming up and they'd be like, do you have popcorn? And be like, I don't. Crunch,
I mean, that's a recommendation right there. Sneaking stuff into the movie theater. Yeah. This is a real tangent, but my ex, her dad used to sneak entire meals into the movie theater, and he would sneak in food that was themed for the film.
Wow!
So if he was seeing, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, he'd sneak in, Chinese food.
He's got some egg foo young.
Yeah.
Is he sharing this with people, or he's just for me?
The family. He would sneak in a meal for the family.
Damn.
And I thought this was insane.
That is insane.
I mean, I don't know where he would put this.
He's setting up tables.
He's got a
buffet.
Basket. This was pre-Alamo Drafthouse, Brandon. If you wanted a good meal, you had to sneak it in, man.
He's wheeling it in.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well,
those are my gotta goes for the week.
Those are great. Let's take a break and we'll come back with recommendations.
Okay. Give me my rhythm time, one time. I want to realize, Do you remember that shit?
Are you having a stroke?
Dude, do you know that album? Play by Moby?
No. I was never a Moby fan.
Now's the time.
Is it?
That album, they call it slapping.
Okay.
The children. You got to put that on. It's such a good album, man.
Okay. Yeah.
So many.
Moby and Beck are both blind spots for me.
Come with me.
Where?
Moby and Beck are to me what is to you.
You are having a stroke.
To be or not.
Moby and Beck.
The question is, what's your bands that you're super into?
The bands that I'm super into?
Yeah, that you know all their albums.
These like my bands. Okay.
Yeah, if I was like, you'd be like, you never heard, Queens of the Stone Age, probably,
yeah,
right?
I would say
they're blind spot for me.
I have a few. I would say The Clash, Bad Religion, Queens of the Stone Age, and the Foo Fighters. Are probably like my bands.
You're Up and Down. Yeah. Yes, mine would be, if I knew Up and Down, probably. Well, are there any periods in there where you stopped listening to them where you're like, well, after this album, I don't know? Like for me, Nine Inch Nails, I could tell you everything up until like 2010. I'm like, I stopped. They came out with so many albums. I'm like, can't keep track.
Yeah, not the bands I just listed off, not those, but there are some bands like that. Weezer is that for me. Yeah. Where I know their first, I would say 4 albums.
4 or 5 albums.
I mean, like,
and then it stopped.
I could sing every single song, every single word, but then at a certain point, it kind of fell off for me,
I'd say that with most of them, I'm like that. Yeah. Beck, Radiohead, Moby, Toad the Red Sprocket.
Radiohead, I'm not an aficionado, but there are probably 3 albums that I know every single part of. I've heard them so many times.
Yeah.
So it's almost not just their early stuff or just their late stuff. It's kind of like 3 or 4 specific albums.
Yeah, that's how it'd be.
It's like In Rainbows, Hail to the Thief, OK Computer, Kid A. I'm like, I know those albums like solid.
OK Computer. That was there an album? I know we're not trying to get there, but was there an album that opened your eyes? That scene in Almost Famous where the kid's in the room and his sister gave him those albums. Yeah. It was like Led Zeppelin, Simon & Garfunkel or whatever. And you just see like his fucking brain breaks and he's like, I'm ready. Yeah. What was that for you? Mine was OK Computer. And I'd sneak listen to different rock stuff. I did like Beck or whatever. But like that 7th, I think you got to be... It's like how Lorne Michaels says your favorite SNL cast is when you were like a freshman in high school or whatever and you were a total loser. Yeah. And like, I feel like your favorite album or the one that like broke you into adolescence, time of rite of passage is usually around 7th, 8th grade where you're in your feelings. And mine was OK Computer, where I was like,
that's a great album.
I'm feeling lost. I'm sensing the like existential dread of the world, all these things I can relate to, even though it's kind of about British culture. But I was like, leave me alone. I'd be in my room. I remember I had like 5 copies of it because my parents had a 5-disc changer I put it in my room and I would like sleep like listening to OK Computer all the time. It was like, nobody got me. Was there an album like that for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's really, I could talk about
Like
this
a Prayer
segment.
by Madonna.
I could talk about this segment right now for an entire episode, by the way.
Okay, let's go.
But I would say it's between 7th and 9th grade. I would totally agree with you. It's right there, right?
Yeah.
Middle school, first year of high school, it's right in there. There's 2 albums that really hit for me right there, which were Pinkerton from Weezer and White Trash, 2 Hebes and a Bean from NoFX.
Never heard of it.
You know who NoFX is, though, right?
Yeah, I've never once that I know of heard of NoFX song.
I'm a big NoFX fan. They didn't make my list of like my bands, but they are what really broke me into punk rock. And so Weezer, Pinkerton, and then immediately I started with Pinkerton, and then I went backwards to the Blue Album. So those 2 albums and then NoFX like really sent me down, like opened my eyes to punk.
I do want to do a music spectacular because I do have a lot of questions to you about punk and punk rock and identity, because I kind of did like an emo identity, like a Midwest emo.
And of course, Bright Eyes. What are we talking here?
Well, there's this.
I mean, Wilco, obviously.
Wilco, but they're definitely not emo. They're no. All country. But Midwest emo was like a lot of Jade Tree Records bands. You definitely know you're like into music when you're a teenager, where you're like, this record label.
Cursive
was.
Yeah, I really love Cursive. They're great.
There was Owls, Joan of Arc, Cap'n Jazz. Get Up Kids.
Yeah, I know Get Up Kids. So
Boy Sets Fire.
Oh, yeah.
There was like Screamo, emo.
I'll know the bigger ones. I won't know the deep cuts here.
But that was its own identity and kind of like way of being.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about that. But your recommendation.
Okay, yeah. Get into recommendations now. Okay, yeah, that's a big...
We're nerding out.
All right.
That was 25 minutes.
Jesus.
Just kidding. No, it was only 5.
Okay, my recommendation, I alluded to this a little bit last week. This is a book that I'm listening to right now, the audiobook.
Oh, okay. Are you going to give me the AI summary of it?
No, this is just my notes. I did talk to my wife about this because she does listen to this show, and she said, we really need...
My wife does not.
She said, we really need to come up with a better word for listening to an audiobook. She's like, because you didn't read it, all right?
Oh, is it glistening?
Yeah, she's like trying to come up with a compound word that's not lame. I thought she's going
to say something more profound, like you need more of a female presence on the show.
I mean, that goes without saying, I think.
It's a little white.
But the book that I'm listening to right now, I'm almost done with it. I'm about 3/4 of the way through, but I did want to recommend it because it's so good and I'm really enjoying it right now. Maybe you won't know the main title of it, but you'll know what it is once I explain it. It's Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
Oh, that is, don't tell me, the author. I'm trying to think. Phillip K. Dick?
It is Phillip K. Dick.
And that is what Total Recall is based on.
Close. Blade Runner.
Arr!
You were so close. You got the author.
Treasure Island.
Yes. So it's what it's what Blade Runner is based off of. It's not an exact...
Do androids dream of electric sheep?
Yes.
What a great title.
It is.
It sounds so dumb, but now with AI, you're like, well, that's really good.
And this
title.
is why I'm recommending it. Do you know what the premise of this book is? Because if you've seen Blade Runner...
Take me through it.
Okay. The premise is the main character is a bounty hunter who's hunting down basically illegal androids, right? So these are androids that are not licensed, that are kind of operating outside of the licensure of society at this point, right? And it gets into, they look like humans. They all look like humans. So it's very introspective. It's very dark. It's very sci-fi dystopian. There's a real vibe to it. What I will say Blade Runner got very well is like the tone and feel of the book. It really captures it quite well.
It's really rainy, I remember. I haven't seen the movie
but I think Blade Runner was beautiful, right?
Quick side note, did you see any of the new ones?
The Blade Runner 2049?
Yeah.
I did. I actually liked it. I don't know how well received it was. I did like it with Ryan Gosling. I'm a sucker for Ryan Gosling.
Who isn't?
Yeah, he's real easy on the eyes.
Although he got those cheek implants, he looks a little weird.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Allegedly.
All right.
According to the plastic surgery accounts I follow on Instagram.
So this book came out in 1968. The author died a couple months before Blade Runner came out.
Mysterious.
But he did say he liked the script.
How did he die, by the way?
I actually don't know. I should look that up. He got assassinated by an android.
Yeah.
So I will say one of the biggest kind of themes of the book is empathy, where that's really the signature that how they determine who's a human and who's an android. That's kind of the theme in the book, where it's like, oh, androids don't have empathy like humans do. But as I'm listening / reading / consuming this, with everything going on with AI right now, it feels so prescient where, I mean, as we all know, these AI agents are starting to become autonomous. They're out in the world more. They're on the internet.
All they need is a body.
Totally. And this feels so close now where you're like, as soon as these AI agents have a body, this is the world we're going to live in. Where it's
Did you see that fucking video that the robots in China doing that dance routine where they're doing karate?
Yeah.
That was
so
terrifying.
Imagine,
that'd be funny if they were just really skinny kids in there.
Claude or, ChatGPT inside one of these things, as these get more and more human-like, it's going to become very difficult. It seems to me we are really at the point now where it's like, what's a human? What's AI?
I saw
what's
a funny
robot,
tweet, though, that said,
right?
That said the only way, in the future, the only way to prove that you're a human is you have to say the N-word.
That is funny.
I mean, and when you think about it, you're kind of like, it does make sense.
Are you baiting me right now? I'm not going to do it.
No, but you know what I mean?
I do.
You're like, you're going to have to say something really that like any system of AI would be like, I can't.
Absolutely not.
And you're like, you got to prove it.
So I think at least for me, I know you and I both think about AI a lot in our lives and it plays a role in both of our lives. This book is so good and really, even though it's talking about androids, you can easily swap out every time they say Android for AI.
Yeah.
Right. And it just feels like, oh my God, like this is a world we're moving towards.
Yeah.
And it's dark, but it is somewhat.
Sexy. Oh.
I don't know if cathartic is the right word, but it is almost just to kind of live in that world and see what that could look like. There is something somewhat comforting about it. And it's also just so well written. And the tone of it is so good.
It's a novella, right? It's not like a giant book.
It's like a noir. No, it's a longer book for sure. It's not a novella, no. It's like the style of it's very much a noir, where it's like this kind of jaded detective in a dark world. If I remember,
it's kind of Chinatown-esque, but kind of like rainy. It's rainy L.A. in the future. Is it set in L.A. or?
Yes.
It's LA, yeah.
I think, is it? Fuck, now you're making me think about it.
Or maybe it's Tokyo or something.
No, it's
There's
not
Tokyo.
Tokyo.
There's a lot of Asian influence.
No, it's the Bay Area. It's San Francisco.
Oh, so yeah, it has that Chinatown influence.
I said yes so quickly to LA, but no, it's set in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my recommendation.
What a
Highly
great
recommend.
One. Did your wife ever come up with a word for consuming an audiobook?
No.
Or she's working on it. She's got lists.
Yeah,
she's got a blackboard.
She's workshopping it,
I picture her at home and she's just...
it's important to her because she's such an avid reader that I do not conflate listening to an audiobook and reading a book. It's important to her that we distinguish between these two things.
She's like, bro, did you even read?
She's just fucking smarter than me. What do you want? She reads actual books.
She makes more money than
I
you.
listen to them.
Yeah.
All right. That's my recommendation.
Okay. Well, in relation... let me get my AI summary here. What I misstepped when I said they gotta goes was actually something that's very simple. Is the internet says touch grass. I've had difficulty with having this dog that has so much energy, and you got to take it to a park every day. Mm-hmm. You're gonna have to, John. Just walking it around the block, it ain't happening.
I know. I hate dog parks.
Now I'm
gonna have to go.
You're gonna have to. My next door neighbors, Ron and Renee, who are so wonderful. They have a big German Shepherd, and they take, every time I look out, they're walking this dog. Sure. I don't know how many miles a day they're taking this dog on. Mm-hmm. They're doing it. I don't have the time. They somehow work it around their schedules where one of them is...
3 walks a day. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, but I got to take this dog and get it off the leash.
Yeah.
Now, we're blessed to have a dog beach down here in Long Beach called Rosie's, but it's kind of a trek with the kids to get down there.
And then the dog's all sandy and wet.
The dog's sandy, and this dog, we were dog sitting, it's a doodle dog, so it doesn't shed, so you definitely have to give this dog a bath after you take it to the beach. Mine shakes it up. There is a dog park that I go to pretty regularly called El Dorado Park, and these people close this goddamn dog park down constantly. And it's one of those dog parks that has 3 separate fenced-in areas, so they rotate it so the grass that's never muddy. Typically, it'll be like as soon as it starts to get muddy, they close that side, and then they open this other side. But it will rain, and like the day before it rains and 5 days after, they're like, it's closed. They said it's too wet. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on over here? So I get annoyed.
Fucking California.
And they're like, well, they just put grass seed down. I'm like, come on, man. You have hundreds of people a day who are trying to take their dog to run around. So what I started to do was I walked my kids to school, and I found a park a few blocks away that I never really went to because there's always stuff going on. But at 8 a.m, there ain't nobody there. Mm. Now, if you are so lucky, what I would say is during the week, if by chance you happen to have the time, going to a park early enough where there's nobody there and not listening to a podcast, raw dog in a park is gorgeous. Mm-hmm. It was just kind of this, like, I know it's like hike this, just walk around a park without headphones on in the morning. Mm-hmm. And it's an incredibly spiritual, fulfilling experience. You're getting the sunshine. I don't know, just that whole week, every single day I was doing this routine of bringing the kids to school, walking these dogs, letting them off leash to run around. If somebody had a dog they were like not friendly, I put them back on, kind of do this loop and come back. And it was like a great way to start the day. I know that's a weird recommendation.
No, I think that's great. I have noticed this.
But every city has a park.
Yeah. And parks get inundated with people around lunchtime and then basically for the rest of the day.
Yeah, because there's classes, there's, there's a playground there, so there's little kids and stuff, but there wasn't any.
First thing in the morning on a weekday, park to yourself.
It was kind of, now you go to other parts of Long Beach early in the morning, that park's going to have some tents.
Sure.
It's going to have some bicycles upside down that are getting the wheels taken off.
Sure.
And somebody's building a time machine out of junk they stole.
You're just giving some fodder to our conservative fans in other states here to really judge California.
They're going to be, you're going to maybe come on the receiving end of a machete.
Yeah, heroin needles on the ground.
But up here, we're past Needle Point Park and Panic and Needle Park, and there's some nice parks.
Sure.
But there's a park 3 blocks up from me, but it's always really busy. This one I found, it's just kind of cute, and I can't recommend it enough. And I love podcasts. I love audiobooks. I'm always listening to something or doing something. But I kind of had to really hear these dogs running around in case
when you're doing an off-leash at a non-fenced-in
park. Very attentive, and you got to have the right dogs. These dogs both very good listeners, and stay close. If I just go, they run over. But then I started to be like, I really like walking, not listening to anything, because before that I would look out my door and I get a lot of people walking back and forth. You can tell they're retired going on walks, and I'd see people with no headphones in, no phone in their hand seemingly. And I'm like,
who are these fools?
What are these people doing?
Yeah.
They're listening to the world.
Sure.
And it's kind of nice.
That's your recommendation. I like it. It's good.
It's shut up and listen.
All right, Brandon. I love it. I think that's it for recommendations this week. Any folks you want to shout out this week as we start to wrap this up?
Boy.
Who are we going to talk about here?
I mean, shout out to CEOs. Your time is up, as they say.
Shout out to the Jewish community.
Yeah, shout out to white folks needing to find some kind of rite of passage that's not too weird.
Or too religious.
Yeah. Shout out to the Native Americans for doing pretty cool rite of passages.
Is that cultural appropriation if we decide to do a vision quest with our children?
It might be.
Damn it. All right. I'll look into something else.
We could white it up and be like, find this bag of Lay's potato chips buried deep in the woods. Who else did we mention on this tonight? Shout out the Boy Scouts.
Sure.
Shout out to Larry Ellison, as always.
Always?
As always. The Ellison family.
I feel like we talked about our wives a lot during this podcast.
Well, shout out to the working women.
Yeah. Shout out to our wives.
Who don't have the luxury of free time like me.
Who are smarter than us. Have better jobs than us.
Shout out to my kids for doing a real good job this last week.
Yeah, hey, right?
You know what I mean? They did great.
Shout out to your friends that raised a nice, orderly dog.
Yeah, they really sure did.
To keep you and your family in line.
Imagine having a dog so good that people offer to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, I was like, yeah.
That's the recommendation.
My dog my dog was mad though. My dog was definitely so sad. Yeah. My dog's so insecure. It's like, it's replacing me. I was like, shut up.
Find out who their trainer was. Shout out to them.
I don't even want to know how much they paid for that.
I do. I really want to know.
Yeah, but
so I want to know if I can afford it.
Shout out to Goodwill.
Ooh, definitely shout out to Goodwill and everybody going to Goodwill. Donate to your local Goodwill.
Frequent and donate.
Yeah.
Get yourself some cases.
We donate to the Goodwill regularly. I think you do too. I think everyone should.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Henry thinks it's called Good Whale.
Huh.
So he goes, we're going to the whale store, Mom. We went to the whale store.
You got to teach that kid how to read.
He'll be fine. He's going to be a tradesman. All right. Thanks so much.
See you next week.
Bye. Listen, They're Fine is produced and edited by Wyatt Gray. Original music by John Ahern. John's Instagram is @JohnAhernMusic. And you can find my inappropriate parenting on Instagram @Bubba Ogborn. You can also find our recommendations linked in the show notes. If you have feedback or topic suggestions, our show email is listenthey'refine@gmail.com. And our TikTok and Instagram handles are @ListenThey'rFine. If you made it this far without calling Child Protective Services on us, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps other questionable parents find us. Share the chaos, tell a friend, tell your therapist, tell anyone who needs to feel better about their own parenting choices. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode.